All right, it's Prop to Mike. We're live, coming to you with Tom and Jordan here for a real quick one. We got a nice little Thursday night football game. NBA slate leaves a little bit to be desired, so we'll hit on that one quickly. But not it's one of those slates you just kind of pick and choose a couple and move on. It's not like the one we had last night or what we'll get tomorrow night on a nice NBA Friday night. So early in the season, a lot of question marks. But before we get started, just want to remind everyone of the special promo we've got going on with props.cash to give PTM viewers 50% off, not the standard 25% off, 50% off your first month using code PTM50. You see us using props.cash on every podcast here. We're going to be firing it up in just 1 minute. So take advantage of the opportunity to try it out for yourself for 50% off your first month using code PTM50. What's up, Jordan? What's going on?
A whole lot. Ready for this Thursday. Ready to have some fun with Thursday Night Football and dabble with some NBA.
Yes. Let's I kind of think we should do NFL first. I'm kind of excited about that. Let's get the energy levels up for NFL, and then we can hit on a few plays we have for the NBA slate right after that. So let's fire up props.cash here.
Love these matchups always. Like AFC North matchups are always so much fun to watch. There's like,
Yes.
I feel like they're like tough, hard nosed matchups. But now, like even like this matchup last time, or it was like a track meet. I mean, it was just back and forth. Like, I mean, I don't know how many points combined. I mean, it's like we were getting like it's 80, close to 90 points combined. I think last time. So
Burrow with almost 400 yards passing, Chase with almost 200 yards receiving. You don't see too many. There hasn't been too many 50-plus point totals so far this season, and we got 52 and a half here tonight. So hopefully this will be a fun one. All right. Real quick, let's just set it up. We got the Bengals heading into Baltimore to face division rival, the division rivals Ravens. The Ravens are 5.5-point favorites at home. Total, like I just mentioned, 52 and a half. What's your favorite look from this one?
My favorite look is we gotta go with Derrick Henry. I mean, dude's been incredible this year. His rush yards, that looks nice, but what I like even more, I've been going to this like almost every single game so far this year. And this is longest rush. I actually got this at 19 and a half, over 19 and a half on ESPN bet.
Okay.
And that was at minus 110 when I got that. So pretty good little line. And he's done this this year. He missed the first game against the Chiefs, who are a great run defense. And then he's hit every single game since. And I think he have an 81-yard rush last time he played. Was it against or it was 51? It was 51 against Cincinnati.
Yes, 51. This one right there.
Yeah, so he ripped off a long one. The 87 and the 81-yard rush that he had there, those are both primetime games. So I'm wondering, are the Ravens is he gonna bust a big one off in prime time? Is he he's King Henry. Is he going to be the king of prime time? So
I like that.
We'll see. I feel like that 99-yard rush or whatever he had when he was on Tennessee. Like I think that was a Thursday night football game too. So maybe some good memories on Thursday night. So I'm really liking this play right here. It just takes one handoff. And I love plays like that. So that's what I'm
nice.
starting with.
One you can cash on one play. I mean, I love the history, especially when it's just week one, a little rusty week one in a new offense, new team against a good Kansas City defense. Like you throw that one out, right? And he's basically done it. He's done 100%. It in every game this season. So I love
100%,
that.
Yep. And some running backs have done pretty well against Henry as well.
Not
Henry, but it's against Cincinnati for their longest rush. Some of these guys we can ignore, but like Saquon Barkley, he hit his line. I not fully, Nick Chubb didn't, so I'm not really worried about that. But some of these guys, Chuba Hubbard, newly paid Chuba Hubbard. I don't know what the Panthers are doing, but we can get off track if we talk about that. But yeah, they he hit his line. I think there's a few more down further that hit their line as well. I had it in my write up on the Discord, but Henry, 51 yards. Miles Sanders hit his line. Austin Eckler hit his line. Ramondre Stevenson. So I feel like it's very possible for him to be able to just break one off against Cincinnati. And I think the Baltimore, like, their pass game has been great this year, but I think a lot of that's been like, so people have to respect Henry so much.
Yes.
And they're gonna scheme him like something on the outside, something on the edge, or even he can just break one tackle through the hole, and 20 plus is easy.
Yeah, for him, yeah, guys, get out of his way sometimes, and yeah, I like that. I like his. I think his rushing yards are so high, but I mean, just you can't argue with what he's done. I mean, he had 92 in that game against Cincinnati at Cincinnati earlier this season. I brought it down a little bit. If you see, we already determined we're throwing the Kansas City game out. If we look at the other games, though, he's had 70 plus in every other game this season. So you can get Henry for 70 plus rushing yards, and you compare that with Lamar, who you can see has had 40 plus rushing yards in every single game except last week at Denver. I think let's see what he's done. Look at that against Cincinnati.
Yeah. I was actually looking at this. This is another play I liked. It was his rush yards straight because of his history against Cincinnati. So I love him tonight as far as just hitting his rush yards. But I like doing both of the Henry and Lamar, like you were saying, as a little builder.
You can do.
Love that action.
I love the. I do like Lamar straight. Obviously, you could see 54. I mean, so consistent. 54 plus yards in 5 straight games against his division rival here. But just getting back to this parlay real quick, you can do Derrick Henry 70 plus rushing yards, Lamar Jackson 40 plus, both of them 8 of 9 games this season, plus 126 on FanDuel. So I like that little 2-legger.
Yeah. Let's do that.
You like that?
I'm definitely tailing that play. Love that play. Yeah.
All right, let's go.
That's money.
Let's go. All right. What else you like in this game?
I also was looking at his pass yards. I mean, he's done really well against Cincinnati as well. Lamar's, and even this year, 7 out of 9 games, and then head to head is 4 out of the last 5. Mm-hmm. It's worth a look for his pass yards as well. On the other side of things, do we know about T. Higgins yet?
He's doubtful.
Like he's doubtful
I don't think he's playing. I don't think he's playing.
Yeah, and that makes me like, Ja'Marr Chase has got more opportunity, but also like there's some weird matchup history there. So I was looking at Ja'Marr Chase's receptions or his receiving yards. I mean, he crushed this last time they played. 193 receiving yards, 10 receptions. I was interested in that. And so his receptions is more of what I was kind of looking at, potentially just alting it down. But when I looked like head-to-head history and like looking at like when without T. Higgins, like it doesn't look amazing. It's not like very convincing.
No, I looked at that as well. So, that was the first place.
So this is like this is a caution play. This is like, this might be worth alting down. And
so you think like you would go for 5, 6 receptions? Where do you like him at?
5 or 6. Yeah, I like 5 or 6 for him tonight. I feel like they're gonna have to sling it to stay. I mean, Baltimore's offense is great. The secondary for Baltimore hasn't been the greatest.
No,
that game, that head-to-head matchup last season, different team last season, but it was the 2 reception game he had against Baltimore last season. No T. Higgins. That was a big reason that didn't hit. So do what you want with it. Okay. But it's just an interesting observation. So yeah.
So I like so somebody on the other end of that T. Higgins spectrum here is where is he? I don't think they have him listed in injuries yet because he's just doubtful. I gotta we gotta scroll through and find him over here. Let's see. There he is. So with T Hig, sorry, without T Higgins.
This is
Go
somebody I
to
was
this
looking into.
season. There we go. Was this where you were going?
Yeah, this is somebody I was like,
Yes.
because of this is
Yeah.
what I have seen as a trend.
And not only
But
that,
go for it.
tight ends against Baltimore have been great. Baltimore's allowed the most air yards to opposing tight ends, the 5th most targets to opposing tight ends. It's gone down over the last couple of weeks for the first, I want to say, 6-7 weeks of the season. It was Kansas City and Baltimore were like the 2 top tight end targets defensively. So Baltimore slid a little bit. We could take a look and see why. But I mean, look at this, Kate Otten. 100 receiving yards, obviously without they were gone, right? Yeah, I think that was the first game Evans and Godwin were out. I want to say.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think so.
But then I mean, look at it. I mean, some really big numbers. Zach Ertz, the old man there. Yeah. So you see his lines way up. I mean, he cleared this. He had 31 in that first matchup. Obviously without T Higgins, it's his lines moved up from 25 and a half. It's doubled from 25 and a half to 50 and a half. But I still like it. I mean, look at his
Still like it.
Yeah, look at his targets, 9, 8, and 6 without Higgins.
Yeah.
The receptions are nice
What
too.
do you think about long reception?
I didn't look. I know you like that. It's not the place I usually look, but yeah, look at that, dude.
Without T Higgins, he's hit that in the last three. And like as you were saying, they're giving up the most air yards to tight ends. So I feel like if he's gonna hit that number, if he's gonna hit
I like that look, 50, man. That's good.
He's gotta get a long reception.
Yeah, I like that. And playing the matchups there, like you said, the most air yards to tight ends, that would put you right on this play. Not a place I looked that much. I don't know why. But yeah, I like that you brought that up. That could be a nice little pivot on Gesicki here.
Yeah. So I'm probably gonna be running that today. That's a play I was looking at and I really like. So yeah, right. I think he's probably gonna smash both. I mean, honestly, are we gonna see a Mike Gesicki gritty again? Like maybe 2?
That would be fun.
We got it last week. Just looking at his touchdown odds, just plus 230 at FanDuel. I don't know. Maybe
wow.
Maybe worth
I like that. After he got in there twice last week.
He got there twice.
There we go.
Yeah. Gesicki gritty. Let's see it. Let's see it.
Let's see tight ends again.
It's always a joy to see.
Yes. Not too many. Only Njoku, the only tight end to get in the end zone against Baltimore this season. But yeah, it's yeah. All right. Speaking of long receptions, so I like I just mentioned, I typically don't look at too much, but Dave, you can see Dave's not here today. He phoned one into me here. So we're gonna call this one up and let's see. Long reception. There we go. He's liking the newcomer to the Ravens offense here, Diontae Johnson. Look at this season. I mean, he just crushes this. This was his first game with the Ravens right here against Denver. He only played 30% of the snaps. He wasn't even targeted in that game. They just kind of got him out there. He wasn't really 100% familiar with the offense yet. But now he's had, another week to get familiar with it. He's running, the same routes that Zay Flowers runs. So he will eat into his targets maybe a little bit. Definitely see him, 12 yards for Diontae Johnson is pretty good. I mean, look at this. Look at his last 20 games.
Yeah, I like that.
I mean, if he gets a target and a reception in this game, like he's most likely getting one for more than 12 yards, right? So I think this is a pretty nice look here. You can see it's creeping up. Everywhere else is 12 and a half. I think I still like it at 12 and a half, but FanDuel, you can get it for 11 and a half, minus 122.
I love that.
Yeah.
Love that. Another guy I'm looking at as far as on the receiving end of things, I like Mark Andrews today. No likely, so that's gonna help. And then his head-to-head history is really good against Cincinnati as far as clearing his line.
Ooh, look at
So
that.
yeah, he's cleared in 6 out of the last 7. Even if you're looking at like his long reception, he's cleared that and also in 6 out of the last 7. He's a little bit different guy now. So I don't know about necessarily. He's not as explosive as he used to be. But receiving yards, I feel pretty good about, some of the lines you're seeing 43.5 at FanDuel minus 110.
Yeah.
So I like Andrews to hit his line today. It's a good good spot for him. Without likely he's going to get a lot more targets. You're not going to get likely taking those away.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I like
that's
that. Yeah. I mean,
and
him at 25 plus on FanDuel also seems like a nice leg. If you wanted to use that as
yeah,
well for some sort of builder.
one of the
Um,
things One of the things
okay.
I did see in this head-to-head matchup history too is he only had 11% of snaps in the one game that he missed. So it looks like he left for an injury
Oh, yeah.
in
Look at that.
that one
So it's
game. So
100%. Yeah.
other than that,
Look at
let's just
that.
throw that one out there, take it up to it's 100%. So I'm feeling good about Andrews. I like this. I love seeing divisional games where you're seeing like has some pretty heavy trends like this game.
Yes.
So like I'm always excited to get some of those. And this is a good one tonight. So
That's a
I'm
good look.
liking it.
I like that. I like that. The last one I liked on my end here was so you have quarterbacks against Baltimore have just been crushing. Defensively, Baltimore has allowed the second most completions. That's 25.1, the third most attempts, the most passing yards, the most completions of 10 plus yards, the most completions of 20 plus yards. And we saw what Burrow did just a month ago at Baltimore. Against Baltimore at home, almost 400 yards passing in that game. You get this line for 268.5 at FanDuel. Obviously, the hit rate not great, but like you said, this divisional matchup, there's something going on here where these
Yeah.
guys really get up. And with a 52.5 point total, there should be a lot of offense, a lot of back and forth in this game. And I think game script wise, it plays into what we're going to see, right? I think you see. I think Baltimore is going to be up in this game, right? I think the Bengals most likely playing from behind. I think that's also why you see Baltimore has allowed the fewest rush yards per attempt in the league to opposing running backs because teams are just not able to run the ball on them because they have to throw to try to stay in the game. So I think that's probably the case here, especially with the Bengals being on the road in Baltimore. So I like Burrow's straight line of 268, and then obviously if you wanted to put him at 225 plus something like that in a builder, I think that's nice. And then another little pivot on him is just I think it's getting kind of high at 36.5 pass attempts, but I think you look at him against Baltimore, look how many times 38, 39, 41, 46. And especially being on the road, playing from behind, I could see him throwing the ball a lot in this game. So those are two ways to I'm looking at Burrow.
Yeah, I have a different way I'm playing him.
Okay,
I do like
let's hear
Burrow
it.
today. I like him. I like him pass long. I like all the
All the
longest
longs.
pass,
All right,
longest
let's
reception,
go.
longest.
Look at
I
that,
wish I could
dude.
parlay them all
Nice.
together if I could. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
that's
he's
one they
done
don't
pretty
let
well
you
this
parlay
year, and
together, right? Yeah.
yeah. I mean, there might be some site that does it. If I find it, I'm gonna run that play.
Yeah.
Head to head hasn't been that great. One of the things I did notice as far as a trend, you'll have to go try to find T Higgins again. When I looked at his hit rate on his pass yards, because I was like, I really want to run a play. If you go without
That's
T
without Higgins
Higgins,
right there. Yeah.
without Higgins, his longest pass he's hit it pretty consistently so far this year, 3 out of 4.
Yeah.
If you just go to his pass yards this year,
Mhm.
though, without Higgins,
Ooh.
that's what gave me some caution. So I don't
Mm.
know. Maybe I'm looking too much into it with that, but I did like his longest pass because he's hit that in 3 out of 4. He had a 70-yard pass the last matchup. Your stat you're talking about with these long receptions or long passes that the Ravens are giving up. I feel like the data just kind of comes together for me to say like,
Yeah,
let's
that
go,
feels good. That feels
fire up a
right.
long
Yeah.
pass.
Yeah, I
So I'm
think
just gonna be
even
watching for like I'm gonna say
yeah.
I'm just gonna be watching like waiting for like one big play. I don't need a lot of plays. I just
That's
need a
it.
bunch of big plays. That's all I
Yeah.
need. So
Let's go. Let's go. I
we
didn't
gotta
bring it up,
hope.
but I think they've allowed like the third or fourth most passes of 30 plus yards, completions of 30 plus yards as well. So yeah, that's a nice look. I like it. I got to start looking at these more, these longs, because I feel like I'm leaving some money on the table here by not looking at these.
It's so much fun just to cash on one play. Like it's
It
just,
is. It is.
it's those some of the things that you like some people like about like hockey and baseball is like you can cash on one play, one
Yeah.
swing of the bat, one swing of the hockey stick and you're cashing.
Yes.
And
Very different
this is the
experience
version of
than
that for football.
NBA. Yeah, than it's NBA. Our primary NBA bettors. It's all about minutes and just accumulating stats for the most part. So it's a different kind of way to bet. So maybe that's why I don't look at it as much. I'm very
Hey,
much NBA.
at some point they're gonna have longest three as a prop.
Longest three. I like
it's
like
we were betting the over on Dame Lillard.
Yeah, like 30 foot 30. Yeah, I like that. That's cool. All right. Anything else for this game? Or you want to do NBA?
I have one more really quick that I want
right.
to get into. I'm either a genius or I'm a complete idiot for this. So
all right.
So you ready?
Yeah,
this is my I wanted to throw you this curveball. It's with Derrick Henry's touchdowns, and I'm considering playing his touchdown, just his first half and his second half. So both are at plus money. If you see that he scored a touchdown in every single game this year, and there's several games where he's had two, so it's possible, it's going to be like one of those things. Like if we play him to score a touchdown in the first half and play it in the second half, if he gets one of those, we came out positive.
So you're not saying parlaying this together. You're saying you're playing it
separate.
First half touchdown, and then a second half touchdown.
And then a second half touchdown.
Gotcha.
So if he gets one of those, we're walking away with, I'm probably just going to do like a half unit. So it's like if we hit one, then great. We're walking out a little bit ahead, not much, a little bit. But if he hits both, which is possible, then we're like really cashing. So
can you parlay those together? Can you? Because I see a lot of people.
You can. We might have to do that and sprinkle it.
Yeah, because I see a lot of people. It's because it's popular to do in terms of game betting, like for a team to be winning at halftime and then win the whole game, or the opposite, like one team to be winning at halftime, but then the other team to come back and win it to win the full game, and putting those together. This kind of has that same sort of feel. Yeah, I'm gonna take a look at that.
Yeah, so we may have to. I think it was like plus 110 for a first half, and then plus 105 for a second half.
Okay,
is what I found. And so with that, I don't know what's going to be in parlayed, but I may just take the difference on what I'm betting. Like as far as like if I'm betting a half unit on like how much am I guaranteed to come ahead, then just go ahead and put like if he has a touchdown.
At those odds, I don't know if you get much more than what's his line for two touchdowns.
That's a good question.
I'm looking right now. Yeah, it's plus 200. So I don't think you'd get much more if both of them are even money. Plus 110, plus 105. You're probably getting plus 280, plus 300 most. Yeah. So not so different, and so maybe it's probably better to just play the two touchdowns if you're going to do that at plus 200. But nice, I like that. That's cool. That's good luck.
I think it'd be a fun play.
All right, ready to move to this NBA slate?
Let's do it.
All right. Let's touch on real quickly this not that game, Utah Milwaukee. Oh, looks like some lines finally came out for this game.
That's nice.
So
just
we
in
must
time.
we must have gotten some news here. There's a bunch of question marks, but what did you have for this game? I think you mentioned something on Giannis, right?
Yeah, if Giannis is playing, not sure if he is or not. If he is playing, I like his first quarter line as far as his points. Just looking at alting it down to 5+ points. He's done that several times. I think he's done that every game but one so far this season. So I like that. That's at 4. So if you keep going up even more to 5, but And then last 20 is 80%. And then if you go to his home splits, he's done it pretty regularly at home as well.
Nice.
75%. I actually think I put on the regular season filters, and I think that changed things. I'm not sure. But I like that, especially just the history so far this season. And then I like him for I like him for 1 assist as well in the first quarter. We just hit every single time so far this season. And then going into his last 20, 90% over the last 20, 90% over the last 30 actually as well. So
Wow.
really like that look. So yeah, I'm playing Giannis to get at least one first quarter assist if he's playing. That's the one I love. I like the points one. I love the assist one. So
The assist is not. Yeah,
that's how I'm playing that.
That's great.
Yeah,
I love that.
It's really
you
consistent.
do have a high total in this game too. 230.5. Bucks favored by 8.5 at home. Utah's like they're
these
just
two
mailing it in, huh?
Are these two 1-6 teams? Is that what I'm seeing?
They are.
1-6.
They are. Yeah, the Bucks 1-6. Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah.
Some contenders here.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
this was the guy I was going to look at, Keontae George. I feel like he's like had the ball in his hands a lot so far this season. He had this big game against Chicago, but I haven't had a chance to look at it yet. But he was the guy I was going to look at, but there weren't any lines out until just now. So just wanted to throw that out there. He was the guy I was liking. But let's keep it moving. Let's go to Minnesota at Chicago. This is the game of the night if you had to pick from the three here. The other one's Portland, San Antonio. So two very mediocre rebuilding franchises there. So let's look at this game here. What'd you like from Minnesota, Chicago?
I like Vucevic tonight. I like him to hit his 3-point line. I actually got it plus 145. It might still be available there at plus 145 at Bet365. He's hit 5 out of 8 so far this season. Pretty decent hit rate. But what I love is when you look at his head-to-head matchup against Minnesota, he has absolutely destroyed Gobert because Gobert loves to play drop coverage. He loves to sink to the paint. He wants to be a rim protector. And if you got a capable center like Vucevic of shooting threes, he's going to take them and he's going to make some.
Yeah.
And if like looking at his attempts, he had, in these head-to-head matchups, 4, 6, 3, 4, 6. So he's going to take him. He's going to leave him open. He's going to shoot him.
He's going to take him. Yeah.
And then just looking at,
good.
I was just gonna say, and just looking at centers who have faced Minnesota so far this year, ones that are like again capable of shooting the three. Anthony Davis hit 1, which was his line. Sabonis, his line was plus 240 for 1, and he hit 3. Wonder what those odds would have been.
Yeah.
Nope, that's not his game. Jokic, not always a 3-point shooter, but decent one.
This season he's had to be a little bit more.
Yeah, they've had to rely on him a little bit more offensively. So anyways, he's hit 2. So I like that line of 2, and getting it at plus money like that, plus 145.
Look at Aaron Gordon. I mean, Aaron Gordon is kind of really the Nuggets center, right? He had 5 on a line of 1. He had 5, and it was that same game. I guess so, right? Yeah, it was the same game.
Same game.
Look at that, 5 threes for Aaron Gordon.
Oshai. I can't say his name very well. Agbaji.
Yeah.
I mean, he'll run some center minutes as well. He had
PJ Washington.
Too, so so I really like this look. I think it's
nice. I like that.
Vucevic, I think he feels disrespected if you're just going to leave him open for those.
Yeah, he's going to take them.
And he's knocked him down. So so I like
nice.
that look. And he probably will hit his points and assist line as well. He's hit that every single time head to head. So if you want to play that as well, you're looking for something that's not so plus money. I like that as well.
Look at this season too. Every game except the last one against Dallas.
every game against the last one, and
Yeah.
that was last night, right? And he only played 25 minutes, so maybe saving him for this matchup um, against Gobert. So yeah, last night played 24.9 minutes. I think also part of that was the Mavericks had Likely out and PJ Washington, so they had to play some small ball and actually kind of got
Yeah,
Vooch
it
off the
makes sense
floor,
he
and
would
it
play
was
less. Yeah.
also a blowout as well. So
Yeah.
Vooch didn't get many minutes. I could see him hitting over 19 and a half as well.
Yeah, I like that. Not bad. Not bad on back-to-backs either. He's got a lot of 30, 29, 29, 38. His last 7 of
Yeah.
his last 10 on a back-to-back. So nice. I like that.
And his usage has gone up a lot compared, this year compared to last year. I think a lot of that's, the departure of DeRozan. DeRozan he likes to play around the mid range.
Mhm.
Vucevic has got that opened up for him, has allowed some opportunities, allowed him
Yeah.
to, you know, have some more assist opportunities, and then also more usage, more shots. So yeah, I'm a big fan of that. Even points, rebounds, assists
Yeah, I mean, look at his
against
rebound. Look at his
Warriors.
rebounds this season too. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah. I think points, rebounds, assists may be a lot way to go if you're
Yeah.
gonna play him straight on that as well. So maybe run into Vucevic plays today. If he gets injured, we're gonna cry, but whatever. Well, it happens.
Nice. I like that. I think that's a good look, especially with the given the matchup with Gobert. I think that's he's where you want to play, and I like that coming off the back-to-back where he didn't play that much and wasn't needed that much in Dallas last night. So
Yep.
yeah, I like that. All right, I'm going back to Josh Giddey here. This guy's just they're giving him the car keys over in Chicago this season. I like his rebounds. It's 5.5. A little juicy at -1. It's minus 140. It's minus 148 here. It's minus 140 on FanDuel. He's I think Dave and I spoke about this on the podcast yesterday. He's like, regardless of position, the first 3 years of, I think his rookie season, he was classified as a wing and cleaning the glass. Last 2 seasons he was classified as a forward. Now he's classified as a point guard, I believe. On cleaning the glass. Regardless of position, he's a 90th percentile rebounder throughout his entire career. He's got some nice splits here. I mean, look at these games against Minnesota with 13, 12, 11, 15 rebounds.
It's nice.
And he's playing, some of these games with OKC were low minutes, when just bringing him up to 22 minutes here. He's done this in 6 of 9, averaging 8.6 rebounds per game against Minnesota. Also pretty good on back-to-backs as well. If we look last 10 back-to-backs and bring this minutes up a little bit more. 23, 24 minutes. And now he's got an 80% hit rate over his last 10 games on back-to-back. So I liked Giddey for 6 rebounds tonight in this matchup. Yeah. What else?
I liked him. I liked him for a 1 assist in the first quarter.
Okay.
Let me see if I'm gonna pull that up.
There we go.
But yeah, I guess that was 0 days rest that you had to filter on, which was great. But so far this season,
every game,
1 assist, he's hit it in every single game. And yeah, and even if he has like a straight line of 2, I actually would like that as well.
Yeah,
but,
that's why not?
I try to figure out something, Giannis 1 assist, Giddey 1 assist, find somebody else for 1, and feeling good. And maybe I think Anthony Edwards has been pretty good at getting at least 1 rebound in the first quarter, if I'm right.
Yep. Look at that.
Yeah. So maybe there's your play right there, is 1-1-1 in the first quarter.
There you go.
So yeah,
nice.
that's probably something I'm going to be running if the odds are right. So yeah, I like Giddey a lot. He's getting a lot more usage in Chicago. I love that play for rebounds from
the
night.
Big time. I also had a play on Edwards. His 3-point attempts are like way up this season.
Yeah.
Right? Like look at this. Yeah. 5, 5, 5, 7, 7. I mean, his attempts, look at it, 13, 15, 13, 14. I mean, down the last 2 games, but I think his straight line at 3.5 is at plus money on FanDuel is hard to argue with. If you wanted to be a little bit more conservative, you can put him at 3 made threes and tack on that Giddy 6 rebounds and get plus 127. I thought that was a nice little 2-leg mini builder. It's not really an alt line for Giddy, but it's given that it's minus 140, it's kind of there. So that was another play I liked. I like a straight line, but also like to put those two together in this game.
Yeah. I like the straight line, and then I for a fun 3-pointer play, you can maybe just throw Edwards 3+ threes, and then Vucevic just 1.
Yeah.
And then Vucevic has hit 1 in 16 out of the last 20 games. That might be fun, and then even like ladder it up a little bit to 2 and
Yeah.
what is
I like
the
that
2 and 4 action.
Yeah,
I
the
think that would be
Ant
fun.
Vooch ladder, 3-point ladder. Let's
Yes.
go. I like that. That.
We're gonna have to post a collab play with that because I think that's a fun one.
Yeah,
last time we talked about Miles Sanders not Miles Sanders, sorry, wrong sport. Miles Turner threes and
he went off that
Luka
night,
Doncic
right?
threes. Both, Miles Turner went absolutely bonkers in Dallas because, as you said, Dallas native. And then Luka also hit his line, and so it was like I played them both straight, and then I altered them both down, and that was plus money. Hit that, and then I actually laddered them up for their played them together, and I think it was like plus 400, and played that for like a quarter unit. And so after doing that, I was like, let's do this. This seems a little fun. It could be a good little spot for them tonight.
Nice. I love that. All right, let's wrap it up real quick. We're closing in on 40 minutes here. We got Portland going into San Antonio. San Antonio is on a back-to-back. Portland, I don't think they haven't played since before they're on 2 days rest since they didn't play before the election day break. I didn't have anything from this game. I had I like Scoot. I don't know. I just feel like Scoot's kind of figuring things out a little bit this season. If we take a quick look at him, it was a rough rookie season for Scoot, but you could see. Look at the assists. His line's 4.5. He's done that in what is this? 6 of the last 7 games. The rebounds I also looked at, and then when we got on our little pre-meet here before we went live, you brought up his rebounds and assists, right? That's the play you're on.
Yeah. I like his rebounds, assists. I could even see playing 4+ assists and like 2 rebounds. I think that's a nice little play as well.
Yeah.
And seeing what that gets to, but if not, rebounds and assists, I think it was plus money, plus 110 right now on BetMGM. So either way, really like Scoot tonight. And if anytime you can bet on a guy named Scoot, you do it.
I haven't bet on Scoot too much. I don't even know if I think this would be the first time betting on him. I don't recall last season, wagering on Scoot too much. So this could be a first.
Yeah, I've bet on him a few times this season. I didn't bet him the last 2 games, which he didn't do too hot the last 2 games. I've actually been alting down his like points, rebounds, and assists, and then throwing that in builders.
Okay.
Scoot and Scoot's he's also a first basket legend as well, if you're a first basket person, but he's not so far this year, but in the past few years, his odds have been super high, and he's hit several. I think Props.cash is still working on the first basket.
Yeah, I don't know if that's
I was looking at it. I know Ayton has hit some first. He's getting some of those props up now, but I'm loving that they're going to start throwing this in there as well. So
yeah,
sneak peek. Maybe we'll have some first basket bets eventually. We'll see.
Yeah. All right. Anything else from this game?
That's it. That's all I had for this game. Like you said, 2 rebuilding teams. Don't know if I'm that much interested in anything else. What'd you have?
I didn't have anything else. I know this was another one that Dave was on here. The Wemby unders aren't usually something that play too much, but sometimes on a back-to-back here. He's only done this. What is that? 2 of 9 games when he's been on a back-to-back this season. I mean, not great. Only cleared his line of 25 plus points once.
Yep.
I think Portland's not a great matchup for him. They got some size, though he's got the ultimate size. But I just just want to throw this one out there. This is one that Dave was on since he couldn't join us. Didn't want to make him feel bad. Get one of his. I gave out one of his NFL plays, and we'll give out one of his NBA plays too.
Yeah, I like it. So, yeah, it's a good look. Yeah, back to backs. Taking some unders. Yeah, it's gutsy. And unders always feel weird because
they are like weird.
An over you can cash like in the first quarter, but you can't do that with an under.
Yes,
so you have to hold your breath like the entire game.
The whole time, and just root for non-offensive things to happen.
It's a good way to go see a doctor about some anxiety. So maybe you won't have to do that for this, but
I hope not.
They can be tough. It can be tough.
Yeah. All right, I think that does it. Play light on this NBA slate. It's a little weird, but have some fun with that NFL slate. That should be a fun game. Looking forward to that one. And we were talking about we didn't mention this. All 4 games all start at the exact same time tonight. So Jordan and I were talking about maybe putting something together for for something, a first quarter or one leg from each of the games or something like that. So if you're interested in something like that, come join us in the Discord, and we might have something out later in the day for all these 8 p.m. these 4 8 p.m. games tonight. So thanks Jordan for coming in today. This was fun. Our second Thursday afternoon lunchtime podcast. So and thanks everyone else for tuning in. Appreciate the support. Let's lock these bets in and let's all make some money tonight.
Let's do it.